Hey kids, Coach Kenny here. I'm going to do another video for you about riding a bicycle today. So this is for the kids that are struggling to ride a bike. Right now it's starting to get springtime. Today I think it's the first day of spring, or not sure about that, but anyway, this is for the kids that are struggling to ride a bicycle. If you notice on this bike, this is one of our older bikes that we had for our kids when they were little. I took the pedals off. See that? I took the pedals off. First thing about riding a bike is learning to balance it. So if your parents are watching, or hopefully you can show your parents that, listen, I want to learn how to ride a bike, you got to learn how to balance the bike. So what we did here is we took the pedals off this bike, and the next thing is you got to lower the seat so that your feet are flat on the ground, okay? Now if you notice here too, I have my helmet on like you should have before you learn to ride a bike and so forth, but make sure you're wearing your helmet. Next thing is I got these pants that are pretty loose. Make sure that when you're riding a bicycle that your pants are nice and tucked in, or you tuck your right leg into your sock like that, so it doesn't catch your chain when you actually start riding a bicycle. I know it looks weird, but the fact is it's nice and safe that way. So tuck your pants in. The first thing we're gonna do today is actually balancing, and all I want you to do is sit in the bike, and all I want you to do is push and try to keep a straight line. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna push and try to keep a straight line. So I'm gonna push, I'm gonna go 2 squares or a couple feet with balancing. Here I go. So I push, I'm gonna balance. All right, so I made it up 1.5 squares. I'm gonna try and go a little farther if I can. I'm gonna push and balance. Oh, I made it 2 squares. All right, we'll see how far I can get it to push and balance.
Wow.
So first, again, we learn the balance. So again, I'm gonna try it again. Push and balance. Feet up in the air. How far can you go without touching and balancing the bike? After you got that straight line back and forth, add obstacles. For example, we don't have obstacles today, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swerve back and forth, and I'll show you our obstacles. I'll pretend like there's cones out there, shoes, or whatever you have. Here we go. Around this one, around that one. So once they have the balance down, going back and forth, or just balancing in a straight line, once they have that down, then add the pedals back on. Once they get the pedals on, that's a whole different story. And what I did is I brought another bike out today, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with the pedals on now. So same thing, again, make sure that seat's nice and low. For this bike, actually we can't get the seat all the way down, but we'll get it close to where I need to show you. So once the pedals are on, first we're gonna teach them how to stride off with one pedal on. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna get that pedal where they need to go, just about halfway up. They'll get their foot right on the pedal, and all you're gonna teach them to do is push hard with their one foot and then glide. And you're gonna practice this a couple times. So here we go. I'll push, and I'll glide. Put the other foot up, I glide. Okay, again, I'll pull it back up. Push, glide. Notice how I'm bringing my other foot up on the pedal. Push, glide. So this time you can watch on this side, it's after I push, I bring that foot up. So I'm gonna push hard with this one and bring this foot up. So here I go, push, foot up. Push, foot up. How long can they glide for? Each time you're also noticing that we're working on braking as well. They have to be able to stop. So this time I'm gonna push, I'm gonna glide, and I'm gonna take a pedal, and then I'm gonna stop. So I get my pedal set, I work on my brakes, know where they are. I'm gonna push, get my foot up, I'm gonna pedal once, pedal twice, brake, push, So there you have it, boys and girls and parents. If you're watching, again, it's all about the balance first. Let them get the balance down. That may take a day or two to get that balance of that bike without pedals. Let them play in their driveway or on their street without the pedals. Put up obstacles. I put out boards for my kids when they're little. This is Patrick filming right now. I put out boards that they could go over. I put out cones without their pedals. Once they were pretty good on moving that bike, and then gave them the pedals, and then boom, just like that, they got it. So again, this is how to learn how to ride a bike. And if you're out there, make sure you're wearing your helmet. Again, make sure you're being safe and make sure you're having fun. All right, good to see you all.